Skyway 5681, Denver Grand Runway 17 right at Echo Charlie, taxi via Echo Charlie. Skyway 5681, Denver Tower, wind 25015, runway 17 right at Echo Charlie, clear for takeoff. Skyway 5681, contact departure. Dallas 5681, Denver departure, radar contact, climb maintain level 230, or custom climb maintain level 180.
Disconnected. Connected to PilotEdge.
Air 2612, Juliet contact, Denver Center 118.57. For 261 Juliet, Denver Center, Aspen altimeter 3019er. Skywest 5681, contact Denver Center 120.47. At 524 Denver Center, good evening. Skywest 5681, Denver Center, roger.
Alright, let's get started here. So we're going to Aspen. We're going to do a relatively short hop to Albuquerque. This is the second flight of the day for me on the doing the Western expansion in PilotEdge. So far, so good. Really liking it. A lot of new airspace. A lot of cool stuff. I'm super sick, so I'm gonna try and keep the sniffles and heavy breathing to a minimum here. Let's see. Alright, so we're connected to our APU, or rather our GPU. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Load up on fuel. Close the door. And let's get this engine started here. We're gonna go on our left fuel tank. Get our fuel pumps on. Double check that our levers are lined up where they're supposed to be. And our engine's nice and cold. Introduce one there. Prop can also go up to full at this point. Watching everything come up to temperature, up to speed. Gen can come
Check
on.
engine.
Lights. And our systems.
Check engine. Check engine. Check.
Sweet. Alright, we are up and running. Alright, this is remnants of my old flight plan from the earlier flight. That was, what was that, Hawthorne into Aspen. That was a good long flight. So I'm not super confident in the route that I picked out here. So for now, I'm just going to put in our airports until we get clearance. And we'll figure out, I have a feeling we're going to get a reroute. Because apparently Aspen to Albuquerque is not the most common route in the world. So I didn't see a whole lot of real world flight plans out there for me to crib off of. Anyways, let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU. Just really quick, brake check, left to right, everything feels good. Go ahead and set the parking brake here. Just making sure I've got everything queued up on for flight here. Our departure, it's a radar vector departure. The only thing is your initial climbing right turn to 348. And then you get a radar vector to your transition, which for us is Montrose. Again, we'll see if that actually ends up being what we do. Go ahead and add some Albuquerque charts here too. Get those all queued up. Cool, I'm feeling good about that. Let's get the weather. ATIS over here is 120.4. Fortunately, ATIS does not come through the regular PilotEdge
Aspen
channel, so I gotta hop out of my headphones here and listen.
2100 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear, temperature -1, dew point -12. Altimeter 3019. Arriving and departing runway 33. Advise on initial contact, you have Charlie.
Okay, so we've got information Charlie on board. Pop out of that, we were just listening to guard. Our ground is 1.9, but we have clean going at 2375.
Aspen, requesting the Sky 661 Aspen approach, expect a visible approach runway 15.
We're hopping on here. Let's quickly go through. Our taxi checklist, standby altimeters on, trims on, autopilot's on, pushers on, pressurization is on, lighting is set, avionics are working on it. Altimeter not set, but we can roll one now.
At 520 of a slide amendment to your clearance when you're ready to copy.
Over here as well.
Yeah, at 520.
Lovely. And we don't have our flight plan yet, but our electricals are looking good, so we'll consider that checklist complete and we will call clearance. Aspen clearance, November 401 Tango Sierra IFR to Albuquerque.
Or 401 Tango Sierra, third clearance on West, standby. And at 574, you're ready to have ready.
Probably get out of here right after
And 574
this
at
arrival.
Denver Airport after Hayden and Kaylee 2 RNAV arrival.
That'll be nice. Oh man, sniffles are coming in hard. This is no fun. I didn't want to miss out on
Big 4
opening day,
Tango
but
Sierra cleared the Albuquerque Airport Aspen 7 departure Montrose transition, then it's filed. Maintain 16,000, expect flight level 27010 minutes after departure. Enter frequency 123.8, squawk 1004.
Alright, clear to Aspen. Aspen 7 departure, Montrose transition 6,000, 270 and 10, 123.8, 1004 in the box for 401 Tango Sierra.
401 Tango Sierra, redirect.
Oh man, readbacks suck right
Air,
now in my condition.
knots,
That was no fun. Alright, there's a sniffle already. No, I don't like that at all. We did not get a reroute, which is impressive. Let's go ahead and put our departure in here. So we are departing runway 33, Aspen 7. And then because Aspen 7 is just a radar vector departure, that doesn't really give us any information. Should have given us a transition, but who knows. So Montrose. Then from Montrose, we're going to risk. That's correct. Then from there, I'm gonna insert arrival. We are, let's see what the winds are at Albuquerque.
Bird 2612, contact Aspen approach 123.8.
Say that we're going to do the RNAV 21 Yankee. And we're going to do, don't seem right. Where's our curly 2? Oh, do we not have our arrival built in here? Try this one more time. Insert arrival, we'll pick any.
Bird 2612,
curly 2. Tanner. No approach. Yeah, that's technically right. I guess this is a really simple star anyways. Okay, so that's all set up. Let's see, what was our initial altitude? 6,000. And I think I read back 6,000 though, which is not correct. That would be going 1,800 feet in the ground, which is not what we want to do. Okay, our altimeter is set, our initial altitude is set. We're going to be climbing out of here at 3,000 feet per minute. That's set up. We're going to be on heading mode, and our initial heading is going to be at 348. And then we're going to get radar vectors to Montrose. Just double check the departure to make sure I'm doing that right. Alright, this is a radar vector departure to an assigned route or fixed route. Depicted is for lost communications procedure only. So takeoff runway 33, climbing right turn, heading 348, maintain 16,000 our assigned altitude for radar vectors to assigned route / fix. Expect clearance to filed altitude 10 minutes after departure. Alright, so we're going to do that initial turn at 348, and then we're going to let ATC tell us what to do, which works for me. Anyways, other than that, we are all good to get out of here, so we can go ahead and switch to ground, which is 0.9 here. And what is it? We got Charlie on board. also get our tower frequency dialed up here, which is 118.5. Cool, cool, cool. Parking brake off, manual brake set. And we are at Atlantic.
They just try to maintain 5,000.
Let's see, am I receiving traffic? That would be pretty sweet. Yay, we are! This is pretty cool. Great, Aspen Ground Epic 401 Tango Sierra is at Atlantic, ready to taxi.
For 401 Tango Ground, runway 33 taxi via Alpha.
33 via Alpha, 1 Tango Sierra. Alright, should have told him we had Charlie. Forgot about it. But, good to remember I forgot about it. We can go ahead and go into beta mode here. Just sort of crawling out. That's a little bit better for audio for me. Don't think that made any difference for you guys. Beautiful. This is great. I've got the traffic set up on ForeFlight now. I don't know why I hadn't done that earlier. I thought I knew that that was a feature. But then when I actually joined up in PilotEdge, I kind of forgot about it. But it's really dope. See call sign, location, vector, relative altitude, all that jazz. Super duper useful. And the TCAS display on the Epic Victory is also really great. Arabasque has done a really nice job at modeling the Skyview avionics. I don't know how true to life necessarily they are, but in terms of, you know, actual usefulness, they're really awesome tools. Alright, we don't have to do quite a southwest taxi here. Slow it down a bit. Anyways, oh, he's landing right now. I think we're gonna miss it. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Because we can always cheat a little bit. He is just not getting off the taxiway as we watch.
Aspen Tower, Skywest 681 is clearing on Alpha 3 terminal.
Lower down.
Taxi via Alpha, thank you very much.
Alright, we can go ahead and switch over to tower here. Aspen Tower, Epic, November 401, Tango Sierra, holding short 3. Our departure frequency.
401 Tango Sierra Tower, runway 33 clear for takeoff, wind 080 at 3.
33 clear for takeoff, Epic 1 Tango Sierra. Right, Nobody's coming in on 15. Nobody's coming in on 33. And that SkyWest aircraft has cleared the runway. So, we are good to go. Let's give ourselves plenty of room here. And our landing lights come on here. Taxi lights can come off. We've already done the camera part, now we do the action. So, set takeoff power out of beta mode. And we'll put in our crosswind correction here. Tight on the pedals. There we go. positive rate. We can come up.
Gear up.
Go ahead and begin our right-hand turn to 348. Being mindful of the terrain on our right side. Really not a problem though. We've got great line performance. Autopilot can come on at this point. Flaps can come up. And we're going to hold 348. Altitude is 16,000. And we're expecting radar vectors from ATC to
401 Tango Sierra.
Montrose. Over to departure 401 Tango Sierra. Good day. Aspen departure Epic 401 Tango Sierra with you 9.9 for 16,000.
401 Tango Sierra. Aspen departure radar contact climb. Maintain flight level 210.
210 401 Tango Sierra. You know, despite feeling like crap a bit,
Standard 520 for contact Denver Center 13.
I'm having a wonderful evening.
0.47.
Feels good to be on PilotEdge. One place to be. Right.
For 261 Juliet descended maintain.
Our climb performance isn't that amazing because we're starting off pretty high air, so I'm going to bring us down to 1,500 feet and then get us into IAS mode once we get to about 175. Got traffic over there. I love it. I can see him right on Overflight.
Center descend via Haley to arrival.
November 261 to Juliet. All the way over there. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Pretty dope. And we are good up to 210. After takeoff checklist, a little late for it. We can go ahead and run through that really quick right now. Your landing gears up, flaps are up, igniter can come off. We are above 10,000 feet, so our landing lights can come off.
For 401 Tango Sierra, turn right heading 130.
Right 130, Epic 1 Tango Sierra.
For 2612 Aspen Airport, 3 o'clock 12. Site.
Just right hand
122.
turn.
The Havlin 12 Juliet has the airport site.
For 26122, missile approach runway 15.
Clear for the visual 15, 12 Juliet. Turning now.
Alright, so we're at about 180. Go ahead and get to IS mode. And go ahead and set our power up a little bit more here. We can climb at about 95% NG as long as our ITT is below 800. And we're not over torquing the engine, which we're not. Once we get a little higher, we can also start pulling back a little bit on the prop. What a beautiful day out. Gorgeous.
For 401 Tango Sierra, contact Denver Center 118.57.
11857, Epic 1 Tango Sierra, I see you. Denver Center, Epic 401 Tango Sierra with you, 16.8 for 210.
401 Tango Sierra, Denver Center, climb and hit 230.
230, 401 Tango Sierra. And we'll continue our climb. And if we are so lucky, we may get a bit of a shortcut here, or we may have to track back to Montrose. Either way, not a terribly long flight. Should just be about an hour and 15. There's 261 to Juliet. Oh, just popped off my display there. He's out there.
For 26122, they can tag Aspen Tower.
Alright, that's 18,000 to 992 in the primary. To 992 up here. The little auto select can also come on. It's already on. Anything else here? Nope. Just double checking. Just select auto switch is on. Altimeter is standard.
American 26122 Aspen Tower, wind 080 for runway 15, clear to land.
We're good until cruise. Nice out.
Yeah, at 524, contacting for approach 120.35.
What's going on, Nano? Welcome aboard. We're doing a relatively quick hop from Aspen to Albuquerque this evening on PilotEdge. Day 1 of the Western expansion. It was really exciting. I was on here earlier. SoCal to Aspen, which was fun, but a very long flight, 2.5 hours. So this will be relatively short, which is nice.
Yeah, 54, Denver approach, roger.
Going to some new places. I don't even know if I have actually, I don't know if I have Mr. X's Albuquerque scenery installed. That would be kind of awful if I didn't. Let's check. The Albuquerque decision was kind of last minute. Roll down. Yay. Nope. But we can certainly get it. And I think, I may be wrong, but I think if I download it and install it before it's loaded, that everything works out okay in the end. Although this would not be the first time that I crashed X-Plane today, so maybe I should be a little bit wary. Oh wow, somebody actually just updated Aspen scenery today. I think they did a pretty good job at it too. Maybe, although it looks like this is the scenery that was in... Actually, it looks pretty detailed. That'll be worth a look later. Anytime. That's fine, Albuquerque. Let's do this. Better way here. Let's just look at top scenery.
41 Tango Sierra, Denver Center, 127.0.
27021 Tango Sierra.
For 26122, attack King via Alpha.
Denver Center Epic, 401 Tango Sierra with you, flight level through 230.
401 Tango Sierra, Center, climate file 270.
27041 Tango Sierra. can climb. Okay, back to xplane.org. Go to this. Top. Gotta find my other files. All the way down. Oh, maybe... I thought he made an Albuquerque. Maybe not? Maybe I got that wrong? Alright, let's go to the old Google. Huh. Okay, maybe I got that wrong. Well, I do see one in the gateway, so that'll be the one we use. And hopefully this game won't completely hate me for loading this in the middle of a flight. I think as long as you're not in that scenery area, you're good to go. But we'll find out really shortly. Alright, well it says it's installed, and nothing's died on me yet. But I wonder if it's not, because it hasn't initialized in the beginning, that it'll show up. We shall see. Thanks, NanoPixel. This is, I have SkyMax Pro and Real World Weather Connector, but other than that, it's pretty much stock. I don't even know if I have an HD mesh installed in the Denver area. I don't think I do. So yeah, this is just straight up X-Plane with decently high settings. Not really running anything fancy. I've got an i5 6600K and a GTX 1060, so like a modern mid-range to mid-high build, I guess. But the performance is great. It should be, feels like I'm getting 60, and that's what it should be at. That's sort of what I've optimized for. I know a lot of flight sim folks, just because flight sims are so heavy on the CPU and the GPU, you know, they're used to getting like 20 to 30. Which isn't terrible, definitely what I used to be used to getting, but it is really nice to be able to play something like this at a full 60p, or 60 frames. Just makes it a lot easier, you know, especially when you're hand flying stuff. It's all about like responsiveness and nuance, and being able to have really high fidelity graphics at a really nice frame rate is really helpful for that kind of stuff. And right now you can do it with not a ton of money. I think this, I put together this build relatively recently, just a couple months ago. I think I spent, all told, less than $700 on the entire thing. But it's doing really well. It's a nice little small form factor micro ITX case, or mini ITX case. The little cube sits on my desk. And it's pretty much just for Flight Sim and some other games. I originally bought it as a render box for the video production work that I do. But I haven't really used it much as that.
Tower 135.3.
You know what, I'm going pretty far away from Montrose, so I'm going to go ahead and ask Center if I'm on the correct heading here.
San Pat 2400 Tower, wind 25015, runway 16 low, Maryland. Denver Center Epic 1 Tango Sierra. I just wanted to confirm I'm on the correct heading here. Just making sure I'm on the right route. Number 1, taking us here. How do I give you on for a second? Clear direct to the rattlesnake. You are.
Hey, direct rattlesnake. Appreciate it. 1 here. Yeah, I must have missed a call.
Aircraft calling in answer singing.
And so we are direct to rattlesnake.
American 695. We experienced say your equipment suffix.
It doesn't really affect our time. We added a few minutes, but overall, not too bad at all. Should do that one more time. A little bit of a e-vehicle to intercept that path at. Anyways, kind of just hanging out here. We're at our cruise altitude. Our cruise power is set. So now we just have the rest of the flight to hang out. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna swap over to an external view. It's nice and loud. Yeah, I love that. That's all default X-Plane auto-gen. And I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's pretty nice, this resolution. It's really hard to complain. Very good looking game for sure. And I'm excited. 11, also very good looking game. I think we're just gonna hang out right about there. Just admire the scenery for a bit. Watch the weather load in. Always fun. Let's take a look at the weather. What's going on here? I think the answer is not much. Pretty beautiful day over here. Let me hop over to the computer here and head on over to myflightroute.com, one of the best websites in the world. Awesome resources for PilotEdge and just like sending in general, I guess, but especially in the PilotEdge area because that's where they focus on. Let's go ahead and pull up Albuquerque's ATIS. 250 at 4, visibility 10, 25,000 scattered, temperature 7, dew point -7, altimeter 3027, visual approach 1.38 inches, departing runway 8. Cool. That makes sense. And these clouds look pretty good today. This is, what is this? SkyMax Pro 3. Thought about getting 4, but saw some scary screenshots. And I don't see, it doesn't seem like that much of an improvement over this version. And I'm plenty happy with the clouds looking just like this. But I'm excited to see their continued development, and X Enviro also looks pretty dope, even though it's very pricey. But there's lots of cool stuff happening right now in the world of X-Plane add-ons. Yeah, your English is solid, man. X-Plane is awesome. I was a flight sim guy. I mean, I've been playing Flight Simulator ever since I was a little kid, and X-Plane has just completely changed sort of like how I interact with flight simulators, I guess, which is perfect because I'm actually working on my PPL in real life. And so because the dynamics are so accurate in terms of the aerodynamics and the way that the airplanes perform, especially the nicer payware stuff like the Airfoil Labs 172, which is an awesome study level Skyhawk. It's a joy to use. It feels a lot more realistic than Flight Simulator. Although I know that there are some really awesome payware add-ons that I never really got a chance to play when I was younger, which definitely makes a difference. But I really like it. I like their approach to how they do things, and I think right out of the box it looks pretty beautiful, and there are a lot of nice add-ons to sort of increase the realism. I know a lot of people get sort of bent out of shape because there really aren't a lot of default airports built in, just there are a lot of two-dimensional airports but no buildings. But a lot of that's changing with the Lego block airports, and so there's a lot of stuff that comes out of the box populated, and then it's very easy to find really, really solid freeware and payware airports all over. So yeah, I've really fallen in love with it. I fly the Epic E1000 a lot for fun. It's a really, really nice airplane, super solid, really good avionics, which is awesome. And then when I'm doing more training, I guess, stuff, I fly the 172 a lot, and the C208, which is Coronado's Grand Caravan, which is not as awesome as the Airfoil Labs 172, but pretty close. The 172 is just crazy. I need to fly that a little bit more in PilotEdge. Right now I've just been flying this guy a lot because it's not too fast. It's not, you know, it's small enough that it's a lot of fun to fly, but it is wicked fast. So it does cover a lot of ground, so I can explore a lot of airspace really, really quickly. Sometimes at my own peril. I did the, what am I up to? I think the Cat 6 rating. And I've done most of those in the E1000, some of those in the Grand Caravan. And in the E1000, it's actually really difficult because you cover a lot of ground really fast, and if you're not paying attention, you end up busting some airspace pretty darn quick. Let's find a new angle. A lot of clouds here. A lot of clouds everywhere, but there's a little bit more interesting terrain over this way. Oh, very, very pretty. So let's see, how far away are we from Risk? Not that far, we're about 15 minutes away from the terminal area in Albuquerque. So I can start thinking a little bit about approaches. But before that, the sneeze is coming on. Alright, it is a miracle that I made it to the mute button in OBS. That was a good one too. Always fun having a cold and then trying to do something that involves talking a lot. Earlier I sounded super miserable. I gotta replay that earlier flight. I just sounded like the saddest person in the world. Anyways, we are making great progress here. Interesting, looks like a little bit of snow going on up north. Still beautiful over here. There are clouds at this level, and once we drop where these, it'll be very, very clear. Yeah, the scenery is great. Just bone stock X-plane. It looks amazing. Although I am super jealous of everyone that's got ortho photos. I was on the X-plane bandwagon before those were a thing, and then took a break while those were like very popular and widely available. And now that I'm back on X-plane, they're really hard to find. So I gotta make it myself at one point. I gotta spend some time, sit down, and actually do that. Get some hard drive space too. Right now I've only got a single SSD in this rig, so I need to grab a big old 3 or 4 terabyte drive, stuff a bunch of scenery on it. Let's check in with the map and see what's going on here. I'm surprised. I thought we were going to get a big slew of pilots this evening, but it looks like we've stayed around like 25, which is still nothing to sneeze at. Alright, let's go to the map and see where everyone is. A lot of people for sure. Alright, so we got a United who is also going to Albuquerque, 728. That's pretty great. Who else is going to Albuquerque today? Not those guys, not those guys, not those guys. A lot of people go to Portland. A lot of bigger planes, I guess, a lot of 757s. That guy's going to Phoenix. That guy's going to Phoenix. Now let's go into San Luis. Salt Lake City. Let's take this here and pop against California, another Phoenix, another Portland, a Denver. Man, more people need to be going to Albuquerque. That's where it's at, man. But that's 727, depending on when he actually gets underway. It looks like, yeah, he's still parked at the gate. But once he gets underway, he'll be quite a bit faster than me. We're pretty far along. I don't know if he can overtake me, but we're actually not that far along. We still have like another 40 minutes to go or so. Huh, 4Flight stuck telling me that we've got 50 minutes before we get there. Is that true? It does appear to be true. Going a little bit slower than we could be. It's because we got that nice headwind. Lovely. Come back out here. Yeah, it's cool to see all this traffic here spread across all this airspace. This is going to be really exciting once more people get on it. I know a lot of people, especially like more of like the sim enthusiasts, people who aren't necessarily training to fly, are doing longer haul flights on bigger planes, and that's really, the expansion has opened up so many opportunities there, which is super rad. And for me, a lot of great sort of medium 45 minutes, 1 hour flights. And I want to be doing a lot more sort of like mountain flying and sort of like backcountry flying in the Grand Caravan. There's a lot of great stuff here. It's all in the Class Echo airspace. So that'll be really cool too. I need to start going through some more cross-country flight planning, like VFR planning, tutorials, educational resources. Start doing more of that, which would be really cool. I'd love to sort of like brief a flight like live before doing it, and sort of explaining the routing and everything like that. That would be really cool. Because these little IFR hops are pretty fun, but for me, VFR is a little bit more relevant since that's actually what I'm doing in real life, and that's actually what I'm trying to learn more of. And frankly, for me, it's a lot more challenging flying VFR. Not having ATC tell you what to do. Unless you make a mistake, that is. and then I'll tell you what to do pretty fast. Alright, cruising right along. A little slower than I want to. That's just fine. Up a little bit here. So, let's see how far are we from Rattlesnake. 100 miles? No. A little less than that. Yeah, I'm really excited to discover all these little airports in between some of these bigger ones. Aspen is super fun to fly out of. I don't think I've flown out of Aspen in the Grand Caravan. I think the climb performance is good enough to do it. That would be pretty fun though. Definitely challenging. There's just a ton of small little airfields and crappy little strips to come in and out of. Very much looking forward to that. In the meantime, really hoping Albuquerque will load. I don't know if it will. If anyone knows if you can load in scenery after you've already initialized X-Plane. I don't know if you can be sneaky like that, but I tried. Let's see if it works. Let's go back into the cockpit and see what's going on here. Answer is not much. Fuel auto select's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Fuel tanks look balanced. Power's set nicely. Punched up a bit. So we're doing 320 true. It is very respectable, but we're only managing 285 across the ground because of that nasty headwind. But we will get to Albuquerque eventually. The frequency got really cool. suspiciously. I guess I was looking back at the map. Maybe quiet because there's not a whole lot of people over here. Yeah, not a lot going on in Denver now. Few people headed over,
Fuel tank switched.
or already at Salt Lake. Some people going to Phoenix. Actually, San Diego. Want to do some stuff over by Tucson as well.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 178, flight level 290.
Southwest 78, Albuquerque Center, descent
There we
Clouds
go.
Express,
It
maintain flight level
lives.
240.
Gonna stop
Clouds
monitoring
Express,
ground.
flight level 240.
Or guard.
That tends to be Aspen, runway 33, taxi the Alpha.
I think that's the United flight leaving Aspen. But I can't talk with my nose so stuffed up. I would very much love it if they could beat me down to Albuquerque. Don't know if that's possible. Well, we still have 40 minutes to go. That's a long time. What's their flight plan? Basically doing more or less the same thing, except on the Lindsay departure. We filed for. Don't see there. Altitude. Let's see. Filed for 30,000 feet and 440 knots is just about double what we're doing. I bet they could overtake me. They get off the ground relatively quickly.
Southwest 17, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
228.45, Southwest 178.
Let's see, that guy, that's the... Yeah, it says San Diego to Phoenix flight.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 178, flight level 240.
Southwest 178, Alpha Center, descend at the header arrival.
Send via the header row, Owl, Southwest 178.
Alright, so this in-room portion's a little bit more boring than I expected. But that's okay. We'll have a fun arrival into Albuquerque, explore a new airport.
AIS Tower, runway 33 clear for takeoff.
It's United. Gonna get off the ground. They're getting headed my way. Getting a little bit of turbulence up here. Just a little bumpy. Almost time to start thinking about our descent here.
Flight 728 with departure radar contact. Climb and maintain level 210.
Okay, let's see here. So, look our arrival. Very simple arrival. So from Tanner to Curly, jets are expected to cross Curly under 300 knots at 1,500 feet. And who knows if we'll actually get to 1,500 feet or not. But we should expect that at Tanner. Let's see, how far away is Tanner? Tanner is about 65 miles, about 15 minutes. So we can start a descent at Rattlesnake or a little bit afterwards. And we'll be plenty fine. Because we can do, I mean, the deck angle is a little crazy if we do a 2,000 feet per minute descent, but if we do a 2,000 feet per minute descent and we've got 12,000 feet to go, that gives us 6 minutes. We have plenty of flexibility because we're not that high, all things considered. And 15,000 feet is not particularly low. So let's go ahead and check out the weather at Albuquerque. Don't think much has changed. 2604 knots, 10 miles visibility. Scattered 25,000. Measure 7, dew point -7, 027. Yeah, not much has changed. We are arriving runway 3 and runway 8 according to that last ATIS. Although both of those have about like a 3 to 4 knot tailwind, which is not ideal. 4 knots tailwind adds about 20% increase to our landing roll. So actually, let's hop back into my flight route and see if that ATIS has changed or not. Yeah, they're reporting more or less the same weather. So we'll figure out, we'll see what we're told to expect, and then if we want, we can ask for something different. We don't really need to.
South 178, contact Phoenix approach 1.
We've got, on runway 8, that's 14,000 feet, and runway 3 is 10,000 feet, so
United 728,
plenty of, plenty of room to roll out on. But it's always nice to land without a tailwind, if you can. Anyways, we're approaching Rattlesnake, about 4.5 miles away from it, and then we'll be making a left-hand turn southbound.
Information's here.
Southwest 178, Phoenix approach.
While we're hanging out here, let's see how that United flight's doing.
Expected visual 7 or 8, Southwest 178.
Doing pretty good.
Approaching waypoint.
We're only doing 280 knots though. But they are still climbing to their cruise.
There at 70 Denver Center 118.57.
And that's our left-hand turn.
There at 728 Denver is climbing to Apollo 230.
Fuel tank switched.
Yeah, it says made platitude 3023.
So, in about just a couple minutes, we will ask for lower. We'll probably want to do that before the handoff to Albuquerque Center. Because yeah, otherwise if we wait, we're going to have to do more than 2,000 feet per minute in our descent, which is probably not what we want to do. We can do it. Deck angle doesn't really matter for us. It's a tiny plane, it is really just me. Don't really have to worry about passengers, but always nice to do a more reasonable descent. About a minute, we'll ask for a lower. Oh, actually, we've got more time than that, don't we? We've got, Curly is our...
Contact Phoenix approach 10.
Not technically a crossing restriction, but
Southwest
expectation of a crossing altitude.
127.02.
So we've got another 5 minutes or so before I'll make a call. So actually, that'll probably be right after crossing into Albuquerque Center.
Phoenix approach Southwest 178, 8,500.
Which works for me.
Southwest 178, Phoenix approach, Phoenix Airport. We'll right off NT a little bit later for now as the continue descending the arrival.
Continuing descent Southwest 178.
At 728, for center climb maintain level 290. For 401 Tanger, contact Albuquerque Center 134.6.
34.6, 401 Tango Sierra Sierra. Albuquerque Center, Epic 401 Tango Sierra with you, level 270.
Epic 401 Tango, Albuquerque Center descend at Pass Express, maintain level 240.
240 pilot's discretion, 120. And so we can go ahead and we're heading down. Yeah, start heading down now. I guess, yeah, if we want to expect that crossing restriction, we still have a few minutes. Let's see. So we've got... Yeah, actually, if we want to do 1,000 feet per minute descent, now is about the time to start doing that. Which is what we'll do. Really a lot gentler than 2,000 feet per minute in this kind of plane. We also back off the power a little bit. Venus frequency 118. Now that in the COM 2.
Albuquerque International Sunport Information Delta. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable, visibility 10. Sky conditions 23,000 view, 27,000 broken, temperature temperature 7, dew point -6. Altimeter 3027. Arriving and departing runway 21. Advise on initial contact you have
That makes
Delta.
more sense. I missed the letter though. One more time. So, is the ATIS not going to go again?
Albuquerque
There you go.
International Sunport Information Delta.
Delta, okay, we've got Delta on
2200
board.
Zulu weather.
Go ahead and stop monitoring that. And when we check into approach, we'll let them know we have Delta. And 2-1 is a much better runway. Not sure why there's the discrepancy with my flight route that they've got in their ATIS. I know there's like a disclaimer that says that it might not be 100%. I don't know why that is. Oh, it looks like it just updated too. Strange. But it's good that we double check that for sure. Wait, we're going a little quick here. The throttle back for time. Not in a rush.
For 401 Tango, contact Albuquerque Center 124.32.
2432 401 Ticket Sierra.
Southwest 178, next
Four.
meeting tower 120.9.
3, 2. Oops. One more click. Wait, was that right? 1, 2 more? Say the frequency one more time for 401 Ticket Sierra.
401 Tango Sierra 124.32.
12432 1 Ticket Sierra, thanks. Albuquerque Center, Epic 401 Ticket Sierra with you, flight level 230.
Southwest 178, tower wind 2906, runway 25 right. Southwest 178, next tower, runway 7 right, clear land, wind 2906. For 401 Sierra, Albuquerque Center, descend to Pass Express and maintain 15,000, Albuquerque altimeter 3027.
3027 down to 1 Ticket Sierra. And 2,000. 1,000 per minute descent. Works for me. How's United doing? They are at cruise altitude and they're doing 500 knots. All the knots. Well, more than double what we're doing. Might very well overtake, although we're not that far from Albuquerque, we're about 50 out. I don't know, because they gotta slow down for approach too. Because they're on the same Curly 2 arrival, and the speed restriction is 300 knots at Curly. We can go ahead and put our prop to full now that we're on our way down. The power setting down.
Approaching waypoint.
Alright, this is Tanner. Next one will be Curly, and then we'll be going to Albuquerque. And I suppose we could do an instrument approach if we wanted to. I don't know, this is a new airport to me. I kind of would rather fly the visual. You certainly have a lot of options for approaches. Do we? No, we have two options. We have two RNP approaches. The Yankee and that is it. Take a look at those.
Southwest 178, taxi.
No, the difference is the
The,
Zulu. It's a little bit more complicated.
Foxtrot 8.
It
Echo
also
8,
requires
5, right?
authorization, which I assume not have. A little slow here. Power can come back up.
I just want to clarify, are you going to terminal, you said terminal 4 at Delta 8, are you going to terminal 3 at 8 or terminal 4 out by Delta 11?
Interesting approach, though.
I was going to say, from Echo 8, you're going Delta 8 straight to ramp and remain this frequency at 8.
We'll look more at that. Interesting procedure. Anyways, paying attention more to what we're doing right now, we are still about 14 minutes out. Taking our time with this, a little bit faster here. We're approaching our transition altitude here. I think I got a little hazy out. Very hazy out. Go ahead and set our local altimeter is 7. On the primary, and on the secondary. Cool. That's set. Next checks will be at 10,000 feet. That'll really just be on the lights.
Fuel tank switched.
Looks like we're gonna hit 50,000 just before curly. Perfect. It's there.
Number 8 Delta Lima Albuquerque Center. For 401 take air contact Albuquerque approach 127.4.
27.4401 taking us here. Got Delta on board. Albuquerque approach Epic November 401 take us here 16.3415,000 with Delta.
For 401 Tango Sierra after your approach, expected vessel approach 118, descend and maintain 10,000. Requesting descend and maintain 11,000.
11,000, expect a visual for 8401 take us here.
Approaching altitude.
Another sneeze coming on. Mic before. Everyone good. Okay, that was a good one. Still very glad you guys missed it. Alright, so we're clear down to 11,000. Not in a huge hurry to get there. See what it looks like outside. Not too bad. Not crazy interesting. Some decent terrain. Definitely not as beautiful as the Aspen area. It's gorgeous over there. And the haze is doing weird things in the distance. Still looks good enough for me. Great. Back in the cockpit here. Slowly making our way down.
Delta 5, it's the heavy Albuquerque Center.
See anyone else coming into Albuquerque? Just the United, I think. A lot of people going into Portland and Phoenix.
American 100, heavy vessel approach 22.8 left.
It's great. A lot of options today. Should probably be getting down to 11,000 a little quicker.
Or 401 Tango, descend and maintain 10,000. Contact Albuquerque approach 126.3.
126.3 and down to 10,000. The Epic 401 tickets here.
For 8 Delta Lima contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
Albuquerque approach Epic 401 tickets here 12.1 for 10,000.
For 401 Tango Albuquerque approach, Albuquerque airport is currently 11 o'clock to 1 miles from site.
We'll report the field. Epic 401 tickets here. Quick wind check here. would rather runway 8. Actually, no, runway 8's looking better now. Did the winds change on me? Yeah, they
Delta
did.
5 exceed
Winds are
heavy,
now
7
110 at 4 knots. Okay, that makes sense. Let's start looking for the airport.
Descend and maintain flight level 240.
Should be off in the
For 8 Delta Lima,
distance.
Albuquerque Center, descend via the Hyder 1 arrival for runway 7 right.
Nice and hazy though. Anything? Feeling more over here, I think. We're still like 20 miles away, I guess. They're technically reporting 10 miles of visibility, which X-Plane might be interpreting rather literally today. But we will continue off the left here for an airport. Anything, anything? Not yet. Alright, we're gonna aim for a 175 while we're hanging out here. It should be like right over here. Oh, that would be it. Alright. Albuquerque approach Epic 401 Tango Sierra, we have the field.
For 40 Tango Sierra, visual approach runway 8.
Currently visual runway 8, Epic 1 Tango Sierra. Well, what that means for us is we are just gonna hang out here. Oh, that's the wrong field, isn't it? That's, double evil. Let's do a mea culpa really quick and see if we have the actual airport in sight. I think that's it right there. Yeah? Yeah, okay. I feel comfortable saying yes. So we're going to continue on to Albuquerque and then basically make a left-hand turn final into runway 8 here. We're going to do it nice and slow like this apparently. Alright, so we can put our landing lights on. When we turn final, we can turn our fuel auto selector off.
For 401 Tango, contact Albuquerque Tower.
We're to Tower 1 Tango Sierra. And tower is
Delta 560 Heavy, contact
23.
Albuquerque Center 128.45.
Albuquerque Tower, Epic 401 Tango Sierra on the visual runway 8.
401 Tango Sierra, Albuquerque Tower, wind 2504, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land 401 Tango Sierra. Alright, so we've got a landing clearance. We can go ahead and turn fuel auto selector off. Do you want to remain on the right tank? That is the most
Delta
full.
560 Heavy, Albuquerque Center, descend via the Bruiser 1 arrival, runway 8.
Let's go ahead and bring in our flaps and bring in a little bit more power here. And we'll turn left towards the field. Autopilot on, flight director off. Getting our nose down here. It's hazy, hazy day here. nice and
Great Delta
slow.
Lima Phoenix approach 128.65.
To help us get slow, let's go ahead and drop the gear.
At 720, contact Albuquerque Center 1.
And then at 150, let's
34.6.
put landing flaps down. That's the outer marker signal. Well, the winds have updated here, but apparently not in X-planes. Still have, it's a little tailwind, which at this point we're just gonna go with. The bummer, but fine. We'll deal with it.
Great Delta Lima Phoenix approach Phoenix altimeter 3010, expect the visual approach on 97, right? Yeah, at 720 at Albuquerque Center, descend and maintain level 240.
Man, this is a pretty good final approach speed here. Watch out so that we don't go under 95. A little off center. Good, get that taken care of. Alright, feeling pretty good about that.
Approaching waypoint.
Let the crosswind gradually get us on center line. Now we need to below 95. Let's not do that.
1000.
Watch our pitch. Have our landing clearance. And our pre-landing checks. Down, flaps are deployed. And we're on our right tank.
Great Delta Lima, so you're a little off on the arrival, a little high, LA for
400.
descend. You turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 5,000 vectors for your descent.
200.
Go ahead. Take the power down, not cutting it completely.
100.
Headed 728, tech Albuquerque Center 12.32.
50.
A little much of a
40,
dive for me.
30. 20. 10.
Right on the numbers. Here we go. Okay.
Headed 728, Albuquerque.
Now we're gonna exit to the
descend and maintain
right.
5,000, Albuquerque altimeter 3027.
Negative, we're gonna exit to the... Nope, we are gonna exit to the right. Wunderbar. This is Delta. Yes, we are in beta mode. Flaps can come up. Landing lights can come off, taxi lights can come on. And we are clear of the runway. Go ahead and stop here. Your call. Albuquerque Tower at Big 401, take us here is clear of runway 8 on Delta. We're looking to go to Atlantic.
We're 1 Tango taxi to parking the Echo Golf, cross runway 12 at Echo.
Echo Golf, cross runway 12 at Echo, 401, take us here.
Great Delta Lima contacting approach 120.4.
Okay. So we're gonna make a right-hand turn here on Echo. So I definitely dived a little aggressively. Had a short final there, which was fine. Ended up landing. Had a great landing. Decent landing. I don't know if I want to say great. Perfectly acceptable landing.
Approach turn right heading 030.
But definitely a little bit short of where I should be and where I wanted to be. Now let's see, Echo, Golf. And our flaps up. Flaps are up. Lovely. We are not going to make this left turn now. We're just going to go straight to cross runway 12. I don't know if this is the scenery that I downloaded or if this is existing scenery. I think this is probably what I downloaded. We'll have to look at it on an external view once I get out of here.
Delta 5, the heavy contact Phoenix approach.
Looks like a little bit plain.
8.65.
Alright, anybody on the runway here or on the approach course? Nope. Check over here. Buddy.
Delta 560 Heavy, approach advising at the Phoenix, weather expected visual approach runway 8.
Gonna be making a left turn on Golf here.
Yeah, it's 728, Albuquerque approach 127.4. Alright, 728 Albuquerque approach, expected visual approach runway 8, Albuquerque altimeter 3028, descend and maintain 10,000.
And then the taxiways kind of get weird here. Let's see how we're going to do this.
American 457 Heavy, contact Salt Lake City Center 128.7.
Guess we make a right-hand turn here and then kind of swing around to the left. We'll go ahead and enter the ramp. Sort of just keep going this way. Also slow it down a little bit. Developed a really nice fast taxi here. It's probably a little too fast. Almost there, almost done.
It's now Delta Lima, Phoenix Airport, 1 o'clock, 20 miles important site.
I'm going to continue on to the right here.
Clearance Liberty Airport, invite number 760, Bravo, requesting airport departure to Seattle with information, Bravo.
Almost
American
there.
457 Heavy, Salt Lake City Center, Clement hit fell 3.
Almost there.
Number 7 Bravo Romeo San Francisco clearance with Seattle Tacoma International Airport, trunk into departure dead-end transition minutes filed. Via FedEx have maintained 10,000, expect flight level 400, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.1, squawk 5462.
Okay, here we be. And park real quick so we can catch the United landing. And I think we're going to call it a night. So far, very successful
We're 70
first day with
Romeo,
the
San Francisco, clearance and
Western
copy.
expansion.
I copy 3 Bravo Romeo, clear to Seattle via the company departure.
Had
Again,
quite a bit of fun.
Maintain 10,000, expecting 400 minutes after departure. Departure.
And I'm looking forward to getting to know the airspace a little bit more over the next 2 weeks.
763 Bravo Romeo.
And then I imagine I will be actually subscribing to the new area
Right,
too, because
I
it
can't give you 4,000 for the minimum
It's,
altitude. Actually, I can. And now you're just
gets us
fly heading
a lot of
050
options
descend and
for some of
maintain
the smaller
3,000
airports,
during the,
and some pretty
runway
cool
7
longer
right
range
localizer.
flights. Might actually have to start flying some of the bigger airplanes. Right, so let's go ahead and set our parking brake here.
Number 8 Delta must
Put
be
our
descend and maintain 3,000 during the runway 7
condition
right
lever
localizer.
into low idle here. I'll hang out for a minute while that's going on. Oh, yeah, our landing lights on too.
Number 73 Romeo, read back correct.
Things can come
At
off.
728 contact Albuquerque approach.
That can come off. That can come off.
6.3.
That can come off. That can come off. That can come off.
Mm.
Do we have that traffic on our TCAS yet? Yeah, we do.
Number 8 Delta Lima 2 miles from Dalton, cleared ILS runway 7 right approach. Delta 5 6 heavy contact Phoenix approach 120.4.
I bet if I kill my avionics, I lose that. Not that I really care, I guess, at this point. So let's see here. All right, that feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and feather the prop and cut off the fuel. Cut off there. Fuel pumps off. Starter gen off. Avionics. Battery. Ooh, I still get TCAS. Or the traffic on the core flight. Alright, open that up. Put the chocks in. We'll have a lot of fuel to probably get a little bit better about planning that. Let's see. We'll discombobulate it here. I think that's 7, or 8 rather. So, where is traffic? He's still a little farther out. Let's go ahead and get a nice... this is bad scenery. Not super detailed, but good enough for the girls that I go out with. Go find a nice spot to watch United land. It appears to be on final. Alright, I expect to see him pop out of the haze any minute now. There he is. Oh, where's he going? Oh boy, seems a little high. Actually kind of nerve-wracking. He's pretty though. Oh, he's climbing now. That's not a good sign. There we go. It looks like he's just stuck there almost. That's hilarious. There he goes. Big ol' flare. Lovely. Alright. Well, that is about all the fun we're gonna have tonight. For whoever tuned in, a lot of people at the beginning, but for whoever tuned in, thanks. Hey Jay, sorry, just saw your note there in the chat. Definitely, I actually did just see that in the org, and I will be checking that out. Looks great. Appreciate all your hard work doing that. Alright, well that's it for me. It was a good flight. Loving the expansion, looking forward to doing more flights out west here. A lot of potential.